So, are you ready? Yeah. Perfect. I'm so stoked. Alrighty, everybody. Well, welcome to this amazing episode of Around the Loop podcast. And I'm here with Bill Volkmann, no other than the legendary man himself. I've been super excited seeing all his media on social media, all his videos and stuff, and it's only motivated me more to even reach out and have him on the show. So it's an honor and a privilege to have you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. So I want to ask, what motivates you every day to keep pushing forward?
I think what motivates me is the little kids with disabilities, because I see a future where they are really valuable, and they should be served that way. And I want to see when a society opens that door. That's what I'm so passionate about. They're going to see individuals as they get older. They have all these talents, all these skills, and that our society share them with the society.
Wow. And honestly, because I was reading into your background story, and for anybody that hasn't had the opportunity, I'll put the link here so you guys can tap it on his Instagram, check out the story, and really get in depth to really know more about Bill. And for me, I've always had a soft spot for the community, with the folks with the disabilities in the community. And for me, it's because I've grown up with friends with disabilities, and I've always had nothing but the most love for them, and always made sure that they had a smile on their face no matter what was going on. You know, I was the guy that would be around and stick up for them, just because they're people too. Everybody's important. And just because you're slightly different from others doesn't make you less of a person. It does not. And so when I saw your profile and everything, it just truly motivated me. Reading your background story about how you lost both parents, you lost your sister, and to me, I've been trying to prepare myself for this. Well, crying because it's very emotional. It is. So it makes me wonder, like, how do you prepare yourself for something like that? How do you even move forward when everything you had, moved forward in life, and you were put in that position where you were by yourself? So that makes me wonder, how did you do that?
Well, I mean, I lost my dad at 23 with almost a year battle with lung cancer. And, at first I was excited to go to college because I wanted to go to college so bad. But then we found out that my dad got sick, and with his lung cancer, we know he didn't have that long to live. So I wanted to be there for him. And then with my mom, about 6 months later, after my dad passed away, we found out that she got leukemia, and she was the one that was always there for me. And at that time, I knew I had to be there for her, because she was a very strong woman. She's the one that got me in to public school and to do all these things. So I was the one that helped take care of her, listen to her. And when I left both people down, I wanted not to call up in a ball. I wanted to honor them by being independent and doing what I want to do. And that was the first time where I went to Texas And not only takes us to visit, but takes us to live. Because my sister was there. And I had a great time. Because that's where I learned to be independent. And my sister and me always had this bond. And we still this bond. And I moved back to New Jersey. But a couple years later, my sister followed. Because my nephew had autism. And I helped take care of him too. And when my sister got sick and was dying, she said, Bill, I want you to live your dream. Your dream is to move out to Southern California. And I was like, well, I don't know nobody. But she said, you will figure that out. And I listened to her. And I came out here with her on my side. My mom and my dad were watching me too. And I created this incredible life. And I honor them every day by living that life.
No, that's amazing. And so, I want to talk about the foundation that you built, because I've noticed that you built a good foundation too. So what got you, how did you start that?
I mean, I got here and I didn't know nobody, but before I moved here, there was one person I emailed, and she emailed me back. Her name is Hunter, and Hunter said, Bill, you gotta move out here. And I was like, okay, I didn't know anybody, but I knew Hunter. And then Hunter won the foundation for a deaf with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And they took me in as a part of the family right away.
Aww.
And then right away after that, I kind of worked upon the Science Athlete Foundation staff where they empower people with physical disabilities to sports. And that's the way I lived my whole life. I was empowered by sports. And I worked in and I wanted to volunteer. And they were like, okay. And I went to the office once a week and then twice a week. And then they became my family. And then I met other people. And I just going and going with my family. And by now I have so many friends that are my family. I don't even know how many I have.
Such a big family.
So big.
And that's beautiful. Honestly, it is. It truly is when you get accepted by a group that people take you in, they take you under their wing, they take care of you, and they show you the ropes and only want the best for you. And big shout out to Hunter, big shout out to the whole family, because not only that you don't see him as just friends, you see him as family, and that is a big difference. That separates you from saying, oh well, they're just people, they're just friends. No, they're family. They have been there through thick and thin. And that's family. Doesn't have to be blood necessarily. It can be that relationship that you guys built. So that's beautiful. That's amazing. And I want to ask you, so you do drive around. How is that with driving for you?
This is a funny story. So when I was younger, my mom said, you can do whatever you want, Bill. And I'm like, okay, I will. I'm like, Mom, I want to drive. Oh, you cannot do that. And I was like, why, Mom? Because you got a disability. And I'm like, well, Mom, you told me, like, I can do anything. And like, my disability doesn't define who I am. And like, I know, but you can't do that. And then my sister Donna was like, Mom, you gotta have to let Bill try. And my mom's like, okay. And I went on my first driving test, and I passed. And then
look at you.
Then I
Congratulations.
took maybe another 7, 8 lessons, and they were like, oh, you can go for the actual driving test. And like, my mom was shocked. But I knew I can do it. So I've been driving almost 30 years. Wow. And I have some adaptable equipment. But yeah, I feel like, like when I'm driving, I'm like everybody else. I probably drive better than most people in California.
Yeah.
I have a swing, but I think that's just something that I always wanted to do. Because it was a sense of independence.
That's true. And it really is. And so I want to ask you, since you drive around here, how is it driving in San Diego area, especially when drivers they're a little crazy, they're a little hectic. How do you do that?
Okay, so I drove in Houston, I drove in Florida, I drove in New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York. I think by San Diego is the scariest drivers by far.
Have you been to LA?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's scarier, LA traffic or San Diego?
I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, I can't really it may be weird, quick one down. But yeah, I was just shocked about that when I came out here.
And so I want to ask, is there a certain car one day that you dream of driving just to drive it? Is there like a dream car for you?
I think my dream car would be a 78 Can Am.
Okay.
Because when I was a little boy, I had all these Matchbox cars.
Oh, nice.
And like my favorite Matchbox car was a 78 Can Am. And they drive out just for an hour or half an hour. That would be really cool.
We're going to make that a mission on this podcast for all my people that are watching. We're going to make it a mission. So anybody out there with a 78 Trans Am, please reach out to Around the Loop Podcast or Around the Loop Productions, and let's make this dream happen. We're going to make this happen somehow. One way or another, I'm going to make this happen for you. I will.
That would be good video to watch.
That'd be a fun one. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that we make that dream come true for you. I will make sure that happens. And so I want to ask too, like, let's talk about a little bit about yourself. So more like, what do you like to eat? What's your favorite kind of food?
I'm Italian.
Ooh, okay.
So I very see Italian food.
Ooh, nice.
My mom was getting mad today's watching me. And like, I love Mexican food.
Ooh.
It's like really good. And then I like Mediterranean.
Ooh, Mediterranean's good.
And Mexican food. Like that's really good.
Oh, nice.
Too.
And so I want to ask, what about like favorite drinks? Do you like, is it like water, juices, or energy drinks? I don't know. I mean, coffees.
I mean, I'm sorry. Anybody that sees me around San Diego, I always get one coffee shop or another. So that coffee I got to have. I mean, I like water and I like a good cocktail. Here, yeah,
that's nice. What's your favorite cocktail drink? Everybody has a favorite one.
Paloma.
Ooh, you keep it fancy, keep it classy. I see. Nice. That's awesome. And then what about like shows? Do you like watching shows? Is there like a favorite show you like to watch? If you have time, because I know time is of the essence, so not everybody has enough time to.
I mean, I'm kind of outdated on the shows, but one of my favorite shows I really love was Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Oh, let's talk about that. My
Yeah.
Lady's got me stuck right now on season. She restarted the whole thing.
and what was funny is that I was stuck in the house in New Jersey. It was winter, and I was like, I probably would not like this, but I tried, and then I watched it like 5 times. The entire series. So I really.
Oh, you are a big fan.
And like going, if you want to go a little bit further back, it's got to be the Sopranos. Growing up in high school. In high school, I live in Florida, but I'm always in New Jersey. So watching that where I grew up in New Jersey on TV,
Awesome.
that was kind of cool.
That is really cool, actually. And then what about like music? What kind of music do you like?
I mean, I like all kinds.
Okay.
Like I have a lot of young people who work with me, so I keep up on the hits now. But I really like, going back to the 90s.
Ooh, that's some good stuff.
They're alternative and rock, and you can't forget the hip hop and rap. That was the best music for rap, in my opinion.
And so for you growing up, when you first heard rap, how did that change your life?
I mean, I was a little kid, so I was like maybe 7 or 8, and I always take a bus back to this special school. About half an hour, 45 minutes away, and the bus started like ordering rap. So I started liking rap, and like I would come home with it, and like I grew up in like a big family. Cause they were like, "Why are you listening
to this?" They were all shocked.
And like I loved it, and I always grew up listening to it. And I think it's a really good, cause in the rap music, there are poetry in that music.
Yes.
And so I really think that people don't always hear that, but it's in there.
The poetry, the storytelling, there's so much that I honestly, the old rap painted so much that you can listen to it and almost, you can just visualize it without even having to see a video. And that's how beautiful it is. And I do agree with you on that. I do. Wow. So then I want to ask too, like, do you have any pets currently?
Not currently, but I grew up, I had a dog. And I go funny, this is a funny story. I always wanted a dog. When I would get you a goldfish, and the goldfish kept jumping out of the bowl, and he finally died. That day I was like, I want a dog, and my mom said no. So in my school, one of my teachers brought in whole ferret, and I liked it. I came on like, Mom, I want a ferret if I cannot have a dog. Like my mom said, you can have a dog. So I used the ferret to get my dog.
At least that worked.
Yeah,
She said no to the ferret, but yes to the dog.
Yeah. So I had that dog, and I had a dog before. I'm just saying, and hopefully one day when I have a house, I can get another 1 or 2 dogs.
I really hope that happens, honestly, and I can't wait, because dogs are honestly man's best friend. They really are, and no matter what you go through in life, they'll always look at you with such a smile. Always with happiness. It's the craziest thing, and that's the most beautiful thing about dogs. Honestly, I do agree with you on that. And so, I want to ask too, what got you into doing social media? Like what started it?
Well, it was kind of funny. Cause like a girl answered to me, but like, I was like, I'm never gonna be a social media person. But then I reached out at my own job because I had like a lot of ideas. And it was like, well, Bill, you got to have people come to you. And the easiest way is social media. So I was first like, oh, okay. And I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then like late last year, I was like, I'm going to do it because this is a way to get my message out.
I love that.
And to tell my story and connect with the population and to help people. And all those things that I dream of doing, I am doing now. So it's a really cool thing to see how many people connect with me.
It's amazing.
And I really love to read as many comments as I can. So I wish I can respond to all of them, but I really love reading those comments. They keep me going to do more.
Motivated. And honestly, I'm a big fan of your content. I've been watching all your videos, your reels and everything, and I love it because it's all you. It's natural. There's nothing scripted. It just shows the very true, genuine side of you. And honestly, I give you big props for pushing yourself out to do content because it's not easy. And I personally knew that too. When I first started the podcast, my mission was to help others, to share other people's voices, to give people an opportunity, not just because, oh, I run a podcast and it's only for the famous. No, this is for everybody. I want people to see the real, the raw, the genuine. So what you see here is what you're gonna get. There's no cuts, there's no edits. It's just what you get. And that's why I separate myself from every other podcaster out there, because I strive to help others. I don't charge. I have never charged a guest to be on my show. I will pay to travel. I will pay gas. I will do everything myself out of pocket to make sure that your story, your voice is heard. And the most beautiful thing about this podcast that amazes me to this day is the fans, the listeners from around the world. No ads. I didn't do no ads or public. It's just crazy how social media works. And you have fans from all over the world.
Yeah. I believe that. Like, I don't want to put myself out there or somebody I'm not. Like, what you see with me is just me. And you're gonna see a lot more of me, a lot more side of me. So, but I believe that to make that connection, you do gotta be you genuine self.
Yeah.
So people can see that.
That's true. And I do agree with you on that heavily because it is scary putting yourself in front of that camera and just record. Oh, I can't tell you how many times. Or even I've done episodes before where I had to re-record because I messed up, or I'll look back at the video and I keep like looking up. My eye contact is bad. So I try my best to do good eye contact. But really using social media as a tool to share your voice, to share your story is one of the best things ever.
Yeah, I mean, there's people when I had this idea, they go, Bill, like, people not going to understand you. Like, you better open articles that you can tape. And I mean, I believe in people. I believe in people will understand me. And I believe that if you take the time, you can understand me clear.
Yeah.
And for all these people that watch me, like, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me.
And that means a lot. And I appreciate you for taking the time to be on my show and for being a very special guest and for taking, the moment to get together, to plan to have an area for us to film, even a beautiful, and this is a real backdrop, you guys. This is real. This is a real book. Just it's not AI or it's not fake.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And sitting down with you, it just motivates me more personally to keep pushing harder, to keep striving to share everybody's voice, to keep helping one another, because at the end of the day, there is so much room for every single one of us to win, to all be winners. We could all be winners and successful if we work with one another. And it's so easy to do that. And a lot of people, it's ego, it's because you have a certain amount of followers or X, Y, and Z, but it's not. You gotta push that, and to grow, you have to grow as a community. That's just the way.
You got to grow, and it's something that I took as a young person. Like, I used to watch ESPN all the time as a teenager. And I remember watching the SPs and Jim Bavon, a basketball coach who was dying of cancer, said, don't give up, don't ever give up. And that really hit me. And that's what I took in my life. No matter what I do, I don't give up, and I keep trying. And I do these things because I know it's a right thing. So I would tell the listeners out there, just don't give up. Just keep on going, keep on trying. You may fail, but you go figure it out.
Yeah.
And once you figure it out, you go succeed. And that's where you so sweet when that happens.
That's so true. And man, you could have said it any better. You nailed it on the head, Bill. You really did. And it's true because I remember the first couple episodes I posted, and when I first started my page, I had 20 followers. Now it's almost 3,000, but it's every single follower I've met, it's somebody genuine I've met. And, I've felt it before where it's like, oh, this episode didn't do well, or this episode did well. And sometimes it beat me up, but I always remember the same purpose I started was to help another individual, to share that moment, because one day we're here, one day we're not. And for me, the most beautiful thing about having this is we could always look back on this. We could always watch this episode of one day I'm here, or one day you're not, either or. We can always look back and see the genuine, see the smiles, laugh, and how true you were on camera. It wasn't something that was edited or no, and it's just the real you.
I mean, I think what I learned from my parents and from like my sister passing away at like a young age, and it's like you gotta live every day.
Yeah.
And you gotta live every day with a purpose, with an impact. And you gotta have fun. I always tell people, you gotta have fun, because that will make you feel good inside, and that will keep you going.
I appreciate that, Bill, and it's so beautiful, and you're a very motivating person, and I hope that people on Around the Loop production get to see your story, get to check you out, get to reach out, interact with the post, comment, and show that support. And I wish you nothing but the best. I really hope that one day you'll get your home, you'll get your 2 dogs, and I know we're gonna get you in that 78 Trans Am. I'm gonna make sure I'll find somebody. I will find somebody to get you in that car. And we'll make it happen for you. I promise I will make it happen for you. And if I gotta make the moon and the earth touch, I will make it happen for you.
Okay.
I will, and I mean it. And so thank you so much, Bill, for taking the time to being on this show. It was very special. It meant the world to me. And this isn't the last time, y'all, that you guys are gonna see Bill. This is actually the first of many, because I'm gonna have you as a guest. Hopefully, if you're open to doing another episode in the future, I would love to do that.
Of course I will.
And you guys stay tuned. We're gonna catch up with Bill. I'll keep you guys current and up to date with what Bill is got going on. Make sure you guys support, follow his page. I'll put it here so you guys can like, comment, and I promise, like he said, the comments is what helps motivate too. So interacting, sharing, supporting, that means a lot, and especially to Bill and just to many others that are in the same or similar situation. You are helping, motivating others, and if he can do it, Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. And it's if you put your heart, mind, and soul into it. And that's how I've talked about it in the show, in previous episodes, you guys. If you put your heart, mind, and soul into it, anything is possible. Nothing's gonna stop you but you. And that's the truth. Because one way or another, you're gonna make it happen. And like I said, you guys stay tuned for this episode. It'll come out on all platforms. It'll be on YouTube for the video portion. We'll do reels. You'll see it on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow Bill here. I'll put the Instagram page here as well. And then follow Around the Loop Productions, Around the Loop Podcast. The episode will come out in a couple weeks, so stay tuned for that one. Audio will be out on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, YouTube, Deezer, any other platform that has a podcast platform, you'll catch it on there. So stay tuned for this amazing episode. And thank you again for everything. It was an honor and privilege to have you.
Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
I'm super excited to have you on the show in the future. And you guys, we're going to catch up with Bill. We'll catch up and see what's going on new. We'll even do some interaction. We'll do some videos. You guys might see even some collaborations where Around the Loop Podcast comes out with Bill. We'll even go out for lunch. We'll do something. But we're going to make sure we get him in that 78 Trans Am. That's the mission. So we're going to make that happen. So thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you. And that's a wrap, y'all. Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.